So what we're going to do now is to work the abdomen, and the abdomen is everything from underneath the diaphragm up to the top of the heel. And in the abdomen we have got the liver, so it's a triangular organ that's just here, and the way that we find the area for that is just underneath the ball of the foot here, underneath the ball of the foot here, and then there is a little knobbly bit on the side called the lateral tuberosity, and so that gives us our third point of reference for the liver. We've got our duodenum just here, so only a small bit of it on this side of the foot. We've then got our kidney, and the kidney lies between zones 2 and 3 and intersected with the lateral tuberosity. So if I place my thumbprint just here, that would be about the size of the kidney. Superior and medially to the kidney, we have got the adrenal gland. Now we can locate it by already knowing where our kidney is and just prodding just here, but also what you can do, you can find it by feel. And if you were to slide down zone 1, there's a little bit of a knobbly bit just here. You can feel it underneath the skin, and then you know you have found the adrenal gland. For the rest of the urinary system, being as we've been talking about our kidney, we've then got the ureter, which comes down here, and then exits onto the bladder reflex just here. And you can see a slight puffiness to the bladder. That helps you locate where that bladder is. We've then got the rest of the abdomen is the small intestine. And the way that we locate that is, again, we use our lateral tuberosity. And this line that I'm just drawing here with my thumb, this is what we call the waistline guideline. Anything underneath the waistline guideline is the small intestine. So we're going to work this now, and we're going to start off by warming up the whole of the abdominal area. I've got some lotion on the back of my hand just in case I need it. It's a nice easy way of being able to just dab a tiny little bit on and then getting the right amount of lotion onto the foot. What we don't want to do is put too much lotion on at any one time, because what we want to do is to glide gracefully. We don't want to slip out of control. Now as I come up zone 5, I was going up, and that's because we have got our ascending colon that goes up zone 5, and so I was still then working with the flow of direction. So we carry on just slightly overlapping, warming up the sole of the foot just here. I'm going to change direction now. My holding hand, as you can see, is now nicely out of the way for the abdominal reflexes, and I'm going to start working from left to right. And the reason I'm working left to right is because I'm wanting to make sure that I continue to work with the flow of direction for the colon. So that's the warm-up done. We're now going to work the individual organs. So we're going to start with the liver. And what we tend to do to make things nice and easy is for the digestive particular organs, we tend to work above the waistline guideline first, and then we work below the waistline guideline after we've finished working the organs that are above the waistline guideline. The liver can be worked in any direction you like, so do put a good old crisscross over it. Do want to spend plenty of attention on the liver, being as it is such a crucial organ for keeping us nicely detoxified. So when you have worked the liver, what we can then do is to work the gallbladder. Now the gallbladder you will find in line with zone 4, and just imagine plonking your thumb directly in the centre of that liver reflex. You're then going to place your middle finger opposite where you are sort of, as it were, pressing into where your thumb is on the other side of the foot. And this is what's called a linking technique. We're going to hold this fairly gently for about 20 seconds. Sometimes the client can feel a tingling feeling, feel like pins and needles. They may feel energy kind of rushing up their foot or their leg as well. And this is what we would call an exchange of energy. If nothing happens in 20 seconds time, nothing will happen. and you would then move on. If something is happening, if you're feeling a tingly kind of feeling going on, you hold that link until the tingling has ceased. So we're going to assume that the tingling has ceased, and we're now going to work the kidney reflex. So just as a reminder, we're going to intersect zones 2 and 3 with the lateral tuberosity. So I'm going to plonk my thumbprint just here. That is where the kidney would be. Again, no flow of direction with the kidney, so we can work this any direction that you like and give it a good workout. Such an important organ, this. It does so many functions. Of course, filtering for urine, but also regulating blood pressure. So a really crucial organ. We're then going to find our adrenal gland. So like I said, we can either just put your finger or your thumb medial and superior to where the reflex is, or slide down. You'll be able to feel where that adrenal is. And we want to soothe this. So nice, gentle, calm rotations. Because what we're not wanting to do is to stimulate a sudden rush of adrenaline, because that wouldn't be good for our clients. Now what we're going to do is we're going to carry on working that urinary system, being as we've already started with the kidney. I'm going to place the client's leg on the side, because that makes things rather easier to work the ureter. So we're going to come down, and then I'm going to bring my other thumb behind my working thumb. This will allow me to go around the edge of the foot without flying off wildly. So we're working the ureter. We work it in a downward motion, again following flow of direction, and then onto the bladder itself. Because the bladder is an area, we just sort of overlap the area. We don't need to work this one 3 times as such, being as it's an area rather than a line. To finish off the right foot, we're now going to work everything underneath the waistline guideline. So this is going to be the small intestine. And with the small intestine, we can work it up and down and left and right, just like the small intestine really is, because it does flow up and down and left and right and all over. And so that's how you would work the right foot.